Heard you.
Laka, you already know the vibes was good. It is Saturday. It's tea time. It's Big Fan Breezy. It is Who Run the City, and we in this place to be. You feel me?
Sure.
So I mean, it's good. How you first and foremost? You know what I mean?
I'm good. I'm coming off a win last night. So yeah, we good. How y'all doing over there, man?
We doing marvelous. we feeling sensational after that win last night. Sensational. You feel me? I guess I get it started because yeah. I said last night on Nixon ish, and I say it again here. Jalen Brunson is a better basketball player than Donovan Mitchell. I said it. You can feel how you want to feel. Take it how you want to take it. Go argue with your mammy. Don't argue with T-Time. It is what it is. You feel me? And I say this because, watching the game last night, right? You know, Donovan Mitchell came out swinging. I ain't gonna lie. Homeboy is nice. He can ball. And he came out swinging. I think he was like 8 for 8 on his first field goals, 2s and 3s combined, 8 for 8. I was like, oh, but when I was looking, I was like, oh, but y'all seeing what JB doing, because JB is cooking. And he kept cooking all night for a total of 48 of them things and a W. Listen, when the way that the Cleveland Cavaliers was shooting in the first quarter, I was like, yo, damn, I don't know. And then at the end of the first quarter, I was looking at the score. I was like, oh, we only down by a couple points, and they was shooting the way they was shooting in the first quarter. Oh, we gonna win this game, because there's no way. Once the bench mob get in, they gonna settle some of that shit down, and they're gonna come back down to reality. And that's exactly what happened. And JB kept on cooking. He took that matchup against Donovan Mitchell personally, because every time they mention the Cavaliers and they mention Donovan Mitchell, how the Knicks should have got him, like JB is not a okay, but Donovan Mitchell is a bad man. Yeah, man got his ass whooped last night. Got his ass whooped by Jalen Brunson and the New York Knickerbockers, man. And this is why, and this is the reason why I say that I'm super comfortable going into the first round against the Cavaliers. Knicks in 6. I've been saying it, and I'm going to continue saying it. Knicks in 6, because look what we did to them last night after taking the absolute best punch they could throw. They can't swing no harder than how they swung in the first quarter. You know what I mean? The Cleveland Cavaliers cannot play any better basketball than they did in the first quarter. They still finished with shooting over 50% from the field, in the high 40s from three-point range, and they still lost by almost 20. They cannot, in my eyes, they cannot beat us. Knicks in 6. Jalen Brunson is proven. And in summation, you feel me? I'm about to land the plane. This is not, use the words of Walt Clyde Frazier, this is not an admiration. You feel me? This is not an admiration. Jalen Brunson giving Donovan Mitchell the absolute work, right? This is not an admiration. You go all the way back to last year's playoffs when they was on the West Coast. He gave them 340 pieces in a row and sent them home. This is what Jalen Brunson does to Donovan Mitchell on a consistent. Been busting Donovan Mitchell's ass. Pause. And he gonna do it again and send him home unceremoniously. You feel me? Yeah, my bad. I was spitting so much hot fire, it kicked me off. And you on mute if you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was on mute. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I didn't know that after I was saying something while you left. But go ahead, continue.
yeah. Nah, I don't know what part I left off on. But
You was
yeah,
basically saying that Brunson been whooping Mitchell ass on the West Coast, and he doing it now on the East Coast.
and he gonna
Ain't
do it
no
again.
difference.
He's
You know
gonna
what I'm
do it
saying?
again in the playoffs. And look, to use your phrase, the significance of this is
Mm-hmm.
we did that without Julius Randle last night.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavs played, to me, they played the absolute best last night. The Cavs did not play bad basketball at
Mm-hmm.
all, not by a stretch. They were on fuego. You feel me? They were
Mm-hmm.
scoring. We were bucket for most of the game.
Yeah,
And
I
even with
peeked
them,
in. Y'all was 71-69 in the first half. It was a high scoring
yeah,
game. I've seen that.
even with them playing their absolute best, we still
Thanks.
came out victorious. And Jalen Brunson gave him a 48 piece. 48 piece. Yeah, and I digress. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat. I seen Fluke in here. Yes, sir. Barry's in the building. Kev's in the building. See y'all. Appreciate. Yeah, go ahead.
Yo.
Bro. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Again, I'm listening to your monologue, and again, a lot of it is you. Some of it is you in and out. It's your Wi-Fi. So again, I'm not like saying it as in I'm rushing because it's my go. No, I'm listening to what you're saying because you going off. And you're not really saying nothing about the Brooklyn Nets, so I ain't got no pushback. You just telling, and you being honest about the matchup between Donovan Mitchell and Brunson. It's just that your Wi-Fi is coming in and out. So sometimes I can hear you straight clearly, and then it'll stop like a skip, and then I'll be like, "Yo," to make sure you still there. That's all that is. But yeah, man. Shout out to the chat, man. I see the Knicks fans saying heavy talking they shit. I ain't mad at y'all. Know what I'm saying? Like I said, my predictions was 2-2 last season. Last week, from this week to last week, and we went 3-4. So, we playing good basketball out there. The chemistry is coming. The last 3 games, we had 33 assists. The game before that, we had 30 assists, and the game before that, we had 33 assists. When we get 30 plus assists, we can score the ball at a high volume. You know what I'm saying? And Mikal Bridges is him. These Villanova, I went into the history to find out who the hell Mikal Bridges is. And everybody think that the storyline is the revenge of Ben Simmons in Philadelphia. No, it is Mikal Bridges and how they didn't take him serious and traded him for some guy that's probably not even in the NBA. Sent him to the Phoenix Suns. He was a 4th option there. Now he is facing a team in the playoffs that traded him at the draft day for a player he's way better than right now. The only other player that scored more points in 1 month for the Nets was KD. This guy is one of the best players in the Eastern Conference right now. Mikal Bridges has been a winner. I went and I did my homework to find out who he is because I had to know. I heard that he was teammates with Brunson and all of this stuff like that. So, I wanted to know exactly who he played with, who his teammates was, just kind of get my history because it seemed like some people are surprised and some people are not. When you listen to him in the press conference, he don't seem like he's surprised. The media is talking to him like, yo, you was the 4th option in Phoenix. Did you ever think you could hold a scoring low like this in the NBA? He kind of like, yeah, I went and checked his stats. He was averaging 17 points in college. He's a bucket if he want to be. And this is one of the best type players to build your team around. One that can adjust, that can be the number 1 guy on defense or the number 1 guy on offense. Net fans are excited about Mikal Bridges and has every right they should be. In the real rematch, if Mikal Bridges want to make up for what I see And I'm open for it. I said this in the first season of the podcast that the Nets and the Knicks could meet each other in the Eastern Conference Finals. And if it was any season that was closest since this podcast started, it's this one. And Macau, these Villanova boys are the reason. Jalen Brunson for the Knicks, Macau Bridges for the Nets. Without these, I might be a Villanova fan after this. I don't watch college basketball, so you know I'm Brooklyn Nets, a big fan, Breezy, because of the Brooklyn Nets. So I might, how you say, follow a New York team, but I'm gonna pay attention to the Villanova ball club to see what's going on over there, man. They pick their players, man. They know how they pick their players, and the reason why it was so disappointing for you know, Mikal Bridges not to be picked by Philly. His mom's worked for the 76ers. He grew up in Philly. Like, yo, if we play Philly in that round, in that first round, Mikal Bridges is going to be the reason why we beat the 76ers. I could give you 76 reasons probably, but I don't got the time. I'm gonna do this on my stream. 76 reasons on why Mikal Bridges is going to beat Philadelphia in that first round. And I'm only saying that respectfully to the Knicks and the Knicks fans. That they look like they're going to hold fifth. Honestly, it looked like they're going to hold last seeding, and we're going to hold six. Because if we continue to win and they continue to win, we got one more week of basketball, y'all. One more. The last game of the season is next Sunday for the Brooklyn Nets. And we play the Philadelphia 76ers. So if that is the matchup, we get a preview of what they're going to do. We seen our bench score 98 points. So we seen our bench without KD and Kyrie. I seen Cam Thomas go off, you know. And that being said, I'm going to get into that. That's a whole nother soliloquy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go back and forth kind of just to, you know, say respectfully from kind of recapping last episode from last week. Yeah, we're in 6th seed. But what I will say is I did pull up as a playoff vlogger. I'm not a play-in vlogger no more. I'm a playoff vlogger, and I ain't going back. I think I continue to be a playoff vlogger till I'm a championship vlogger. It's like that. You know what I'm saying? We out here already. I'm going to be a playoff vlogger till I'm a championship vlogger.
Man, yo, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. First and foremost, listen, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Mikal Bridges has been doing this thuggy. You know what I mean? I ain't got no shade towards that. But y'all, 76 is gonna pack y'all up first round, bro. So don't even look like y'all might have a chance of playing the New York Knicks.
Definitely,
y'all getting packed up first round.
Hell no.
Y'all getting packed up first round.
Nope.
Y'all going.
I'm not going down to
Chinatown.
Hell no.
I don't expect you to. You feel me? And I know the truth hurts. You feel me? I know.
No, it's not the truth. It's an opinion. It's an opinion. You know what I mean,
truth, bro? Listen, y'all are not beating Joel Embiid and James Harden and what's his Harris kid and what's you call it Maxey Thibault. Y'all not beating those guys.
Yeah, we beating them 70s. I could tell you 76 reasons on why we could beat the 76ers. For one, again, like I said,
it's 75 of them gonna be capped. You feel me? Y'all go a whole bit of first round.
The first one is Mikal Bridges. You see one that number one on his jersey. The first one is Mikal Bridges. He's going to be the number one reason why we beat them. And
he's not enough.
All this flack about Spencer Dinwiddie not being a good point guard, he's averaging shy of a double-double. He giving big numbers. And if we play like that on this team, if this same roster played on this team from the beginning of the season, we have a better record like that. Now, I'm only saying this because all of the criticism that we get in is all contributed to them not having chemistry as much as the other team would for the beginning of the season. Besides that, as far as being competitive, we found the number one guy in Mikal Bridges. We found the go-to guy in Mikal Bridges, and we found the playmaker in Spencer Dinwiddie. So again, the offense that I thought we were going to run, we did not run. I will say that he did something different. But if DFS can knock down his threes, and we can get double digits out of
that
20.
sounds
We
that
winning.
sounds nice,
We
bro.
winning. We're not
That
the same
sounds
team
nice,
y'all
but the
beat
fact
last
that
time. We're not that same team. We're not that.
bro. Listen. That sounds nice, but y'all gonna lose, bro.
Nah.
Joel Embiid gonna give y'all super work. You feel me?
Free
Super
throw
work.
line work. We talking about free throw line. He gonna get that free throw line work.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay because what you would call it? Nick Claxton's gonna be sitting on the bench because he's gonna be in foul trouble all series.
Oh no!
You feel me?
So we got somebody for that. We got my guy Moses Brown from Queens.
Yo.
He's seen the Barclays being good since a kid. He's gonna be there, hack attack, tacker. He'll do all the fouling that we need to keep Clax out of foul trouble.
Listen. This is fan delusion at its finest. That you think Moses Brown is gonna be able to check Joel Embiid. Oh, bro, this is fan delusion at its finest. How you gonna sit up here and fix your face and utter the words, we got Moses Brown to guard Joel Embiid?
I didn't say guard Embiid. I didn't say guard Embiid.
You said we got something for that. That's what you said. I said Nick Claxton.
Listen.
I said no. You listen. You busy talking and not listening. This is the problem. You said. I said, yo, Nick Claxton gonna be in foul trouble most of the series. You said we got something for that.
Right.
We got Moses Brown. So if Nick Claxton is not guarding Joel Embiid, so who's gonna guard him? Moses Brown, right?
No. I said we got something for fouling Joel Embiid. It's gonna be Moses Brown, not Claxton. So Claxton won't be in foul trouble because Moses Brown will be there to foul Joel Embiid.
That don't even make sense.
That's what I said.
Wouldn't he have to guard him to foul him?
But no. Foul him. You ain't
the
there
point.
To guard him. If anything, you there to contest the shot.
Bro,
but
listen,
if he draws the foul,
have to be on the court. Nick Claxton
and we
still
play
has
double
to be
and
on
we
the court.
play switch. Don't worry about what we gonna do. We've been
Nick
slapping shit. We lead the league in blocks. Don't worry about that. Y'all better worry about getting. Y'all gonna get past.
Y'all lead the league in blocks and
y'all
still.
Ain't been in the play. Last time y'all went to the playoffs, y'all got y'all ass whipped. This is a different atmosphere.
Last time y'all was in the playoffs, y'all got swept. So what are you talking about? Stop talking to me like that. Stop.
It's a playoff atmosphere. It's a regular season atmosphere. The last time y'all seen the Atlanta Hawks in that regular season atmosphere.
Last time you seen,
I gave them
last time you seen
them in the playoffs, they whooped that.
Last time y'all seen the playoffs, y'all went home with no wins. So what's the point? You trying to deflect? You feel me? You trying to deflect on the fact that Joel Embiid, that Nick Claxton gonna have to guard Joel Embiid, and he gonna be in foul trouble. He gonna get crazy work. He gonna get crazy work. You deflecting.
You don't play one-on-one defense. I told you, you ain't got to worry about that. We don't play one-on-one defense. We play switch.
It doesn't matter.
We play deny the ball.
It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
To argue your point.
You ain't never let me finish my point to argue my point, which is crazy.
You're gonna have to play one-on-one.
Which is crazy.
I'm telling you,
how you gonna argue my point and you never let me finish my point. But then go ahead,
okay.
Knock yourself out.
Okay. That being said, like I told you, if you listening, because I don't think you're doing that part, because you said I wasn't, but peep, when it comes down to the defense, we don't do it one-on-one, especially with a player like Joel Embiid, all great players in the playoffs. We play ball denial, get the ball out their hands. They lucky they even get the ball on that possession. So that being said, them trying to create and set the tone and create the momentum as far as pace is concerned, we going to be the one setting that. That's where you got this whole thing fucked up. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You're mistaken thinking that we're going to let them control pace. Doc Rivers ain't that much of a good coach. I seen what he do. And again, like I said, he did what he did with the Celtics, but that roster was amazing. But case in point, we ain't going in there shy like they fitting to do nothing but take this loss. I got the Nets in 5 or the Nets in 6. What happened? I'm not jacking none of that bullshit you saying about Embiid when most of the times they control the pace of the game only because he gets to the free throw line. And if the refs, if them zebras let us play, I guarantee you with big bodies like DFS, you got big bodies like Moses Brown, you got Nick Claxton slapping shit, you got Twin at like 6'8", you got Royce O'Neal playing good defense, we got perimeter defense, and we got paint defense. I'm not jacking none of that. We not the same team y'all played, man. We a better team than who the Knicks beat on that day. That's what I'm telling you. Facts. No. And if I'm telling you, if y'all gonna get to the second round, do it. But I know we going. I don't know if y'all going, but we going.
Yeah, listen, bro.
I don't know if y'all going, but we going.
Yo, this is the most hilarious you've been in a very long time, bro. This is
Yo,
pure
man,
comedy.
I'm glad you
Because
know where we going.
the
That's
pure
where we going.
I love the pure optimism. You feel me?
Yeah,
This is
that's
pure
where we going.
optimism because that's all it is. Because it's not based in no real fact, bro. Because the
Why?
fact of the matter is,
No, that's corny. I just gave you facts.
No, that's not facts. That's your opinion.
Okay, so earlier in the
opinion.
podcast, did
So
you
look,
hear me say? Did you
all
hear
right,
me say?
I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk, bro.
Hold on, let me
I'll
give
let
you
you
the
talk.
fact. Let me
No,
give you
you're
the
not.
fact.
You
No,
already
that's
gave
funny.
supposed to give me facts. Let me talk, bro.
You didn't
feel
say
me?
I didn't give
But
you
back
no
to-
facts. I could give
But
you
let
one
me
fact.
talk. You spoke for mad long. Let me talk. So
Don't
boom,
cap
back to
on
what
my
I was
name.
saying.
Don't cap
Bro,
on my name. Because the
I ain't
entire time I
capping.
was saying what I was saying, I didn't cap on your name. All I
Bro,
did was say what I
bro,
said. And if you
bro,
dare to dance, I will cook you.
No, all you
But
do,
what I'm
you
telling
don't
you
cook.
is
All
I
you
did
do is
not cap
interrupt
on
and
your
talk
name.
over. That's not cooking. But back to
Bro,
what I was
I
saying.
said that
Why
the
you're
fact
going
that
to
you
lose
just
this
get 30
series?
plus
The
assists
reason
a
why
game,
you're
you
going
can
to
beat
lose,
any team in the
bro.
league. That's the fact. That's my
Bro,
opinion or fact.
yeah, all right, that's an opinion. But back to what I'm
Philly
saying.
too, in the
Back to what I'm
playoffs.
saying. Back to what I'm saying. You're going to lose because Philly is just a better team. Period.
No,
Up and down, top to bottom, better team.
no.
Doc Rivers is a better coach than Jock Vaughn. Like
We
this.
gotta see.
No,
Prove
we
it.
ain't gotta see.
Prove it.
We ain't gotta see.
Prove
We
it.
just look at the history of their coaching tenures.
Prove it in the playoffs if we get there. And they get there. Me, us.
Wait, hold on. How many
Here.
playoff series did Jack Vaughn ever coach? None. This is his first.
No, he coached the bubble series. Chill out.
The bubble series. No,
Chill out.
no, he didn't.
Let me pull it up.
Steve Nash got fired this season.
Okay, let me check the bubble series. Let me just
He didn't coach the bubble series. That was Kenny Atkinson.
Okay.
What are you talking about? So yeah. Listen, man, you can feel how you want to feel. Joel Embiid gonna give y'all work. They still got James Harden. He's still a every night double threat. Still can shoot the ball. Like Spencer Dinwiddie, he's been very foul prone, and that's what James Harden does best. You feel me? And then you still got to worry about Tobias Harris and Maxey.
We don't have to worry about them. They on the team, but we're not worried though. You're not worried. That's the wrong word to use for the Brooklyn Nets and the Philadelphia.
That's why y'all gonna lose because you're not worried, and you should be. You should be worried. Listen. Even though I'm confident that we're going to beat the Cavaliers, I'm still worried about Donovan Mitchell because he's box office. You feel me? He could put up numbers, and I'm gonna be worried about that. I'm still worried about Darius Garland, even though he's not as good as Donovan Mitchell, but he could get hot and go crazy. Like that's why I know you have to be worried. Like if you're not scared of your opponent, that's how you end up getting knocked out, bro. Like so, that's what's going to happen.
That being said,
that's what's going to happen. Y'all gonna get lost up.
This is the difference. We're not gonna get knocked out for the simple fact that is. First off, we're going to be in a hostile environment, and we know the odds is against us because we the 16. We know we're going to play in the road that first home game. So, again, we play Philly that last game of the season. So, if we do play them in the playoffs, we'll be ready for whatever they got going on. And that being said, far as what we got on our team, not taking nothing away from what they're going to do because they're going to not taking away nothing that they're gonna do. What we can do, anytime we hit 15 plus threes, we win majority of the games. This is a stat that I pulled up. I mean, we were 19-3 in our last I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm right. 19-3 in our last 22 games when we hit 15 threes or more. So that being said, again, as far as formula and what we need to do, when it comes to winning, we know what to do. And like I said, I disagree with Jacques Vaughn, but what he did, he found the chemistry before the playoffs started with the roster that he started with, and we had to lose some to get where we at, and now we on a 2-game win streak. I think we go into the playoffs with a win streak. I think that's what he was doing. He was establishing these players playing X amount of minutes together so they could gain chemistry, so they could face teams like the Knicks, like Philly, that been together since the beginning of the season. And anything they did add on a trade deadline is not in contrast to 4 new starters. The fact that we the team that got 4 new starters, this is the reason why we had that 5-game losing streak. Is this the first 5-game losing streak we had all season? You know, we've been playing winning basketball, and I contribute some of that bouncing back because we would lose games and then win games, to Jacques Vaughn having that mentality to make sure the group is ready to complete, not complain. That's how he talked to the young and the vets and the team in the locker room. That's his quote. That's a real quote from my coach. Huh? A real quote. I don't hear Tommy T out here with no quotes. Like, stop it. So I'm just saying.
He don't need quotes. We got results. What you talking about? We don't need quotes. We got results. What you talking about? You worried about quotes. We got results.
Bro, you worried about quotes. You got results. I'm not worried about the Knicks. I'm not worried about the 76ers.
You brought it up. You brought up the Knicks. You brought up my coach.
No, I'm talking about the word worried. You worried.
I'm not worried. Listen, I'm not worried about the Nets. I'm not worried about Nets. I'm not worried about the Nets. Bro, I'm not worried about the Nets.
That being said, again, you got
worried about my coach with quotes. We got results.
We go into the second round. Now, once you get there, then you could decide whether or not it's best for you to worry. But we going there. This is why I'm trying to explain.
It's gonna be so funny coming to this show and watch you have to eat humble pie after y'all get bumped in the first round. I'm gonna laugh at you so hard.
Listen, I'm not worried about the naysayers. All I'm worried about is focus on how all of the fans believe in this team, because we already got the odds against us. What we got to lose? We went from a championship and bust team to, if anything we do better than what they did last season is good. So we out there playing free, no pressure, no stress. We getting masseuses after the game. Listen, we going in there to play, and we going in there to compete, and we going in there with purpose. Jacques Vaughn got something to prove. Mikal Bridges got something to prove to Philadelphia for not taking them serious and picking some guy that's not even in the league right now, to my knowledge. And on top of that, will you need more? When it come down to Harden and Spencer Dinwiddie, when you look at the matchup, Spencer Dinwiddie been busting Harden ass before Harden even came to Brooklyn. What we talking about? When you look at the stat between Spencer, just the same way you contrasted Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson. When you look at the stat between Dinwiddie and Harden, Dinwiddie bust Harden ass. So don't you ever in your Knicks fan life pretend like I'm supposed to worry about James Harden, someone who quit and go to titty bar after he get a playoff loss. What? I don't know who this Knicks fan talking to, bro.
I'm talking to you.
When it comes down to the Brooklyn Nets, we a better team than you expect, bro. We the favorite underdog. We the favorite underdog.
Every year going into the playoffs, I hear the same garbage from you. We got something to prove.
It's a different
got something to prove. We got something to prove every year. And guess what? Y'all don't prove nothing but the fact that y'all could go home. That's what y'all prove. Y'all could go home. Y'all go home with the best of them. Y'all go home with the best of them. Y'all go home with the best of them, and then y'all wait till next year. We wait till next year. Every year is the same thing from you. We go into the playoffs. We got something to prove, and then y'all don't prove nothing but how well y'all can lose. That's how y'all prove. Y'all prove
both sides of the fence.
If wishes, I'm not. What side of the fence? I'm telling you, y'all going home. I'm telling you, going home every year. We got something to prove. That's why we gonna win, because we got something to prove. You come with the same exact line every year. Last season, y'all got swept. The year before that, y'all went home in the second round. But if we had, that's what y'all if wishes were fishes type team, y'all fan base, that's what y'all do. Y'all, if wishes were fishes. So when y'all lose, I want to know what you're gonna be our excuse this year. If wishes were fishes, if this team was together from the beginning of the season, I know, because I know the playbook. I know the Big Fan Breezy playbook. I know the rhetoric that you use, and it's the same rhetoric every time, and that's why it's comedy. That's why me and my comrades sit down and we laugh, because we already know what you gonna say, bro. Or you pumped up for optimism and hope. You feel me? You hope, you wishing on a star. But because the fact of the matter is, the Philadelphia 76 is going to pack y'all up. It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be happy. If y'all win the game, I'll be surprised.
You finished or you done?
I'm done now. Go ahead.
Okay. Pure optimism, as they say about Big Fan Breezy, 8-2 since the podcast started. Watch your Nick fan tone when you talking about Big Fan Breezy.
Yeah, you're right, Nick Fan Breezy. You're right, Nick Fan Breezy. Yeah, you're right, Nick Fan Breezy.
8-2, but I'm right about 8-2. Right about 8-2 since the podcast started. Be careful, tread lightly. Also, listen,
You was
Again,
wrong about a whole lot of other
this
stuff.
could be my theory on my own when it or whatnot. When it comes down to the Brooklyn Nets, if we get 30 plus assists a game, we could beat any team in the association. The playoffs is coming, and that's going to be put to the forefront. We're going to see what's going to happen. I'm confident. Now, that being said, y'all could be mad at me for being confident, but to take away from my credibility, to act like I don't know the game, to make it seem like all it is pure optimism. When I break down, y'all said on this, when y'all said on this podcast, oh, you don't respect the history, yada, yada, yada. So what happened? I went and got a book because this is stuff that I don't know. Found out what it was, broke it down, found out the history, even to the extent, found out that the Knicks, Knickerbockers, the name has nothing to do with basketball itself. It represented New York from guys that weren't from New York and do not play basketball. And when you think about the Olympics, they ain't even known for basketball. They're trash. So that being said, when it comes down to the Knicks, again, tread lightly. We know who you are. I know y'all true colors. Y'all would only powerful because y'all was trying to monopolize the situation to make it unfair for the competition. Because if the Nets came in the league, like I said, if the Nets came in the league with that same team, we would have been kicking ass since then. So now that we here, 8-2 since the podcast started, fast forward for your ass, 8-2 since the podcast started, now you understand that running the city is essential to the Brooklyn Nets. We were supposed to do it then. We doing it now. When it comes down to when it comes down to what I said and relevance and this and that, what about with the soliloquies that I had to listen to last season? Oh, it don't mean nothing if you get there and get swept. But yet, y'all got a good season. And all I hear is stuff from you and Kevin. Oh, the ESPN, they said we wouldn't do this and we wouldn't do that. Even Mrs. Knicks. Oh, look how good we're doing and this and that. So don't play both sides of the fence. Don't make it seem like regular season don't mean nothing. And then y'all doing well in the regular season. Now y'all want to contribute like, oh, it's all great because y'all doing it. Don't be salty on our side. This is what I'm saying. Y'all can't be on our side of the bridge.
This is
because the shit y'all be saying, y'all be playing both sides. So which one is it?
That's cap.
You made it seem like the regular season didn't mean nothing.
No, I never said that. What I said is this: your team, the team that was constructed from the Brooklyn Nets, wasn't built just to make the playoffs. That wasn't the trajectory of your team. So that's why it doesn't matter. You get swept in the first
of the playoffs.
All right, let me finish. If your team wasn't built just to make it to the first round and get swept. That's why it's a failure, and that's why your season didn't matter, because your team had championship aspirations and y'all couldn't even win a game in the first round. That's the difference. The difference between my team now and your team last year making the playoffs is the fact that they didn't even have us making the playoffs. Nobody had us making the playoffs. They had us as a fringe playing team. We'd probably be 11th seed. That's what they were saying about the Knicks. So when we make it to the playoffs and make it out the first round, something that y'all couldn't do last year, something that y'all not going to do, something y'all not going to do, something y'all not going to do this season. You feel me? And our season would be a complete success. You feel me? Because that wasn't the trajectory for our team. And I've been saying for the longest that we're not supposed to be a contender for another 2 years. So for us to even make it out the first round this year, or compared to what everybody was saying about the team coming into the season, this season is already a success for the Knicks because we wasn't even supposed to be here. We were supposed to be a lotto team. A lotto team. Everybody, all the major analysts, all the sports writers. No, not me. I had my team winning.
Said everybody, so I'm saying
No, you know that's cap, because on this show, I've been saying we was going to be a 45-win team since the beginning of the season, since the summertime. I've been saying that. Why do I have to repeat myself when I've already told you what it was? You don't be look, you listen too slow.
This is that's like the problem. A recap. Look, I mean, this is the last 2 weeks of the season. Like,
this is what I'm saying.
I mean, that's
listen. This is what I'm saying. At the end of the day, ain't nobody playing both sides of the fence. You feel me?
Sound
We've
like
been
it.
standing on what we've been saying. Your feelings are just hurt because your team never lived up to the expectations that they were supposed to.
Oh,
And it's
no, that's
disgusting.
true.
It was awful. It was the nastiest stuff I've ever seen in sports history over the last 2 years. And I know it breaks your heart. So now you're trying to
Nah, it
deflect
don't
all
break
that
my
negative
heart.
energy on my
Nah,
team.
nah,
And
nah,
my
nah,
team
nah,
and my
nah,
team's
nah. I
been
don't got
building.
negative energy. I don't got
My
negative
team's
energy.
been building. My
I don't
team's
got
been
negative
building the
energy.
way, bro.
Yeah,
My team's
all
been, yo, I'll
positive.
let you. Yo, you be talking so long, bro, and I
You
can't even
capping
finish
on
the
my
statement,
name.
bro. Let me finish. Let me finish. You be capping the whole time you talking, but I let you finish. You feel me? That's the difference. Let me finish. So back to what I was saying.
My name, please.
Listen, back to what I was saying. I know it's hot in the kitchen and it hurts. I understand. This cool out. You know what I mean? I'm almost done preparing the meal. You feel me? Chill. So look, back to what I was saying. Our team, we wasn't supposed to be here. Your team was supposed to do so much grandiose things. Never happened. Never happened. That's the difference. Ain't nobody playing both sides of the fence. Everybody from my conglomerate has been standing on the same things they've been saying. You feel me? Same things that we've been saying. And look at, we all predicted 45 wins. Me, Kev, Fraz, Mrs. Nix, all of us. When everybody said that we wouldn't make it that far. Now we in the 5th seed. Now, already, just compared to what the analysts and the media talk heads on ESPN and all the other sports networks were saying about the Knicks, they had their giggles and they chuckles. Oh, the Knicks, they got Jalen Brunson, but they're still going to be a playing team. Oh, who's laughing now? We are, because we the 5th seed. We're going to pack Donovan Mitchell up in the first round, and then we're going to laugh even harder, and that's going to make this a season a success for the Knicks. You feel me? The season's already a success for the Knicks, with us just being a 5th seed, especially after not making the playoffs last year. Already a success. Two all-star caliber teams. Got Julius Randle playing like a all-NBA player. You feel me? Jalen Brunson, same thing. All NBA. I think he might make the 3rd team. He should make the 2nd, but he might make the 3rd team. You feel me? Like, so it's already a success. That's the difference, man. Now go ahead.
Like I said, anytime I hear capping on my name, I'ma say something. First off, I ain't got negative energy. Second off, I'm the first one on this podcast, me and you, to say, yo, I want to see us play in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, when I vlogged about the Knicks, I was honest about it. And when y'all were trash, I said y'all was. Now, say something. Now, when it come down to it, when it come down to the Brooklyn Nets, am I hurt? I was honest about it. I had a whole therapy stream. I ain't never capped. So when it come down to it, you being honest about me being hurt, I'm man enough to hold my chin up and say I was. So what you really saying? So case in point is, I apologize to all of the Nets fans that follow me and like what I do for calling myself Nick Fan Breezy. I apologize. Now, that being said, I want to let y'all know that half of that comes from my son trolling me on a daily basis, wakes up in the morning, trolls me, and
shout out to Jay, man,
all the time. I swear to you, he does it. I don't like to swear. I won't swear on my case, but trust me, he does it. But that being said, again, I apologize to the Nets fans. Now, when it come down to it, the reason why I said that is to hype the podcast. To be honest, I didn't know it was really going to happen this soon. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but what I will say is we did go from the little engine that could before the KD and Kyrie trade to the guys that was supposed to win it all to now we are back to the little engine that could. Now, when you think of expectations of the Brooklyn Nets, you can't say that we a championship team or bust. And if anything, we were a championship team with the roster with KD and Kyrie. But going to this roster now, I wouldn't consider it a bust roster. You know, I don't. The way Mikal Bridges is playing basketball, I got to shy away from that comment. He's been playing great basketball, and part of the reason that I feel like we have an actual chance because of the two reasons that I said prior, which is why I was upset, because I'm talking basketball. Spencer Dinwiddie is our playmaker. Mikal Bridges on a one-on-one can get us a bucket, even twin sometimes. So we got players that we can go to score the ball, more than one. We got 3 players with Spencer Dinwiddie, Cam. Man, I don't like saying this guy's name, man. Cam Johnson, I respect, and Macau Brooklyn Bridges or Macau Bridges. So we got 3 players that we could go to. You know what I'm saying when it come down to that. Listen, I really feel like the reason why Philly is not as dangerous as people might like them out to be is because prior, if we just looking at history and history repeats itself, not to say that it do, but how far they ever went. And when they got there, you could say that they choked because of Ben Simmons. You know what? I'm not even going to judge Philly based on what happened with Ben Simmons. I'm gonna put an asterisk next to Ben Simmons and everything he's done on any team, ours and Phillies included, because that knowing what Ben Simmons is now, Philly with Ben Simmons at his full strength, they could have did something to Atlanta. They could have, you know what I mean? They could have probably beat Atlanta. So that being said, I feel like the roster that's constructed without Ben Simmons, we tried to replace them with the pieces that we got. And this is why I contribute us winning to 30 assists a night. If we could get 15, again, we got a playmaker in Spencer. He's averaging like double assists in these last 5 games. He's playing better basketball, more good basketball than bad basketball. And yeah, to be honest, that's why I'm optimistic versus Philly. You know what I mean? And we took care of business during the week. We played Atlanta. I was surprised that we washed them. I wanted to wash Houston because the Knicks washed Houston, but then we had a tough fight with them to actually beat them. You know what I mean? We scored 8 out of 9 3-pointers in the fourth quarter, and we wound up pulling that out. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing some amazing shit, but I'll be honest, I want us to win convincingly. So we didn't really get the convincing win in Houston, but we got it versus Atlanta. And that Atlanta was an important game, you know what I mean? Because if we would have lost to them, we would have been in the mix with them in Miami for that 7th spot. But I feel like we pulling away from the 7th spot from last week to this week, and we more focus on keeping the 6th spot steady. I think if anything, we keep the 6th, we stay steady at this 6th spot. I can't rely on the Knicks, honestly, the way they've been playing as a recent to lose for us to take that 5th spot. It's only 1 week of basketball. From this week to next week, I'm gonna say we keep the 6th spot, going in the playoffs with the 6th spot. And I don't know what happens between 7, 8, 9, and 10. You know what I'm saying? But I think as far as the standings is concerned, it stays steady. Maybe 2 and 3 could change. I'll check, but I don't know, man. I think we stay steady at 6. And rest in peace to Willis Reed, man. Y'all did that? You did something about Willis Reed yet?
Yeah, we posted on the page. But yeah, I mean, listen, I said we was comfortable at 5th seed. I've said it. You know what I mean? I've said it. I meant it. You know, certain people on this podcast was no, you shouldn't be comfortable. Nah, I should. You feel me? Because we like that. You feel me? But yeah, I think there could be a shift. It's still a possibility of a shift between 1 and 2 in the standings, but it's unlikely with only a week left of basketball left. And I think the top 6 seeds stay exactly how I think. The 8 and 9 is probably the only move you will see, maybe, because they're tied. You feel me? That's like the only move that you would see on that's the only shift that you'll probably see in the standings. Everything else is pretty much set. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm comfortable at 5th. I've been comfortable at 5th. I'm comfortable beating the Cavs in a 7-game series. I said it last night. They don't got those gritty guys on their team. You feel me, to beat us. Like, they not gritty. They got scorers, yeah. But when it come down to it, the guys who gonna do the dirty work, dive on the floor, get those extra possessions, we got those guys. I mean, the difference is we got heart, they don't. You feel me? We got heart. You know what I mean? And they don't. You know what I mean? Don't let the double entendre go over your head. You feel me? But yeah, so that's the difference, man, because I think that's why we won that game last night. You feel me? Because the scoring was pretty much, bucket for bucket. But when it came down to it, my guys was getting on the floor, diving for loose balls. Pause. Then we got Isaiah Hartenstein locking down the paint, had them looking silly coming to the basket, had them looking silly. They didn't want no smoke with my guy, and I don't. And for the Cavaliers, they not a good 3-point shooting team, and that's one of the best 3-point shooting nights they had all season. They're not going to shoot like that for a whole entire series. And when it comes down to it, when the pace slowed down in the playoffs, when those things that I just mentioned matters the most, we gonna come on top because of it. You feel me? Donovan Mitchell gonna score. I'm not even worried about that. Donovan Mitchell gonna score. He gonna get his buckets. But when it come down to it, we gonna win because we just got more heart and more determination. That's it. And we got Jalen Brunson, who's the Donovan Mitchell killer. You feel me? And that's a fact. And with that, I'm wrapping up because I have to go to work.
Yeah, I'll answer your question. Well, hold on. Let me just get through the schedule real quick. I think we beat. Hold on. You got enough time to go through the schedule or no?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let me pull it up real quick. He said, "How far we think we get into the playoffs?" Right now, I'm saying we get past the first round, and then I'll have that conversation again. But I'm confident in us getting past the first round. And again, part of the reason is like it could be just optimism, but to me, I don't know, man. I like the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, put it in the basketball universe. The Long Island Nets, they going far and right now, and I'm saying they playing good basketball. Maybe some of that synergy that mojo could pass on to the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I mean? You got all of these college teams upsetting all the, you know what I'm saying, the high seeds, and maybe some of that'll happen in the NBA. But we'll see. I'm gonna just get through these. I just wanted to answer that question, but I'm gonna get through the schedule real quick. Let's see who we got. We got the Jazz. We got the Jazz. I think we beat them. I think we played them well last time, and we competed, and it was a road game. It was one that we won. Cat is back for the Wolves, but it's not a back to back for us. So I think we win that. You know what I'm saying? Then we play Detroit on the road, and that's a back to back. Detroit might try to steal one, man, but they might not because they going for the Victor Wembanyama
Sweepstakes.
sweepstakes. You know what I'm saying?
They
So
got that on lock. It don't even matter. They got like the closest team next to them got 10 more wins than them. You feel me? So it don't
okay,
even matter. I'm looking at the West.
okay,
In the Rockets, they close. They got 3 more wins. So like
yeah,
at this point, it don't even matter. Like they still out there going to play basketball because I think they got the worst record on lock. But go ahead, my fault.
yeah. It's a back to back, so I figure it might be tough. Then we play the Magic. They just beat us, so we can't sleep on them. You know what I mean? But we do get a day off. It's not a back to back. We got a day off, and we at home for that. You know what I'm saying? In that last game in Philly, I mean the last game versus Philly, we're at home. So maybe we get the advantage on Philly just by beating them. Even if we don't need it for the standings, it feel good just to beat them. So honestly, since we went on a 5-game losing streak, I wouldn't mind going on a winning streak, going leading into the playoffs. So optimistically, I got us winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next games. But before next week, we see y'all again when the 8th, today the 1st. Happy birthday to my goddaughter. Shout to you. Shout to my guy Trey. Uh, let's see. We played we played 4 games before we get back. I think we can win all 4 of those. But and I said 2 for 4 last time, so this time I'm gonna be optimistic. Say 4 for 4. We need those. So yeah, that's how I look at it for next week. I think we stay on this win streak, and that'll be a 6-game win streak until we come back.
Last week I was wrong about my predictions. I said that we'd be 2-1. We were 3-0. My bad, y'all. I was wrong. I said 2-1, but we end up being 3-0. But next week we got 3 more games. Wizards on Monday. I mean, what's the Wizards tomorrow? The Pacers on Wednesday, and the Pelicans on Friday. That's a 3-0 situation. I think we went out. We got one more game on Sunday after those 3 games. Again, and that game is against the Pacers. I think we went out. We finished the season on a 7-game win streak. You know what I mean? And we roll into Cleveland and take game one. Uh, Julius Randle's injured. They said they're gonna reevaluate him in 2 weeks. That doesn't mean that he'd be back in 2 weeks. We all know that. That just means they're gonna assess how much time after those 2 weeks he'll need. Hopefully, we'll see him in the first round. If not, I still got confidence in my team to handle the business they need to handle. With the way that Emmanuel Quickly's been playing, Quentin Grimes. Shout out to my guy Quentin Grimes. Definitely looking like the better of the two between him and Cam Thomas, but we're gonna save that from another day because yeah, I mean, yeah. So
Shout out to my guy Cam Thomas, man.
yeah, bench Thomas, yeah. So yeah, so going into next week, we 3-0. Yeah, I mean, with a firmer hold on the fifth seed because we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. We can't be stopped now. 4 years the Knicks were quiet. We were never quiet, bro. Like again,
In playoffs, I
we
was
were never
quiet
quiet.
last season.
We were laughing at y'all being swept. You know what I mean?
We couldn't hear y'all from where we was at though.
Oh, I know.
We was in the playoffs, so we couldn't hear it. It was
over that sweeping noise. I know it's hard to hear when you hear whoosh, 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 whoosh. It's hard to hear anything.
We played basketball for 48 minutes. We was hooping.
Y'all was losing.
You got to be there for that to happen.
Yeah, listen, y'all was losing. Yeah. Take your participation medal and save that for next show, bro. That's what you want. You want your participation medal. And I'm mad at y'all because I don't see no likes. You know what I mean? I don't see no likes. You feel me?
Yeah,
I gotta make that happen. I gotta make that happen. But I'm out of here. I gotta get ready for work. See y'all next week. I holla.
All right, later, y'all. Peace.